I was too troubled to speak. And then verse 5 gives us the entire problem, not only with the psalmist, but with ourselves. I thought. Everybody say, I thought.
I thought.
I thought about the former days. Justin, do I even have to say it? Circle I thought. Circle it for everybody in here who's having doubtful thoughts. Circle it for everybody in here who's having fearful thoughts. Circle it for everybody in here who's having petty, jealous, petty.
I got another restriction for nothing.
Jelly thoughts.
I'm done.
Jelly thoughts, we're calling
Not
them
doing
right
anymore
now.
on TikTok.
Circle it for everybody in here who is dealing not with an external threat and maybe not even a personal sin, but with a I
This is up my
thought.
God vibe.
Now, when I read this at first, you're going to be like, he did the right thing. This is what you're supposed to do. This is what we teach in church, that you're supposed to
off.
go back and remember if
off.
you're in a season right now
This was my
where you
test.
don't know what God is going to do. Just
I
remember
got
what he
another
did. And that's what it sounds like on the surface, but I want to dig a little bit because I've been waiting 2 months to preach this message and I'm going to preach it today. I thought about the former days when my jeans fit a little looser. I thought about the former days when my hamstrings were. So I thought about the former days when I didn't need these readers to look at my Bible and this size 67 font in order to preach it to you. I thought about the former days, the years of long ago. I remembered my songs in the night. My heart meditated and my spirit asked, what's wrong with any of this? It's an I thought. I remembered, verse 6 please, my songs in the night. My heart meditated, and my spirit asked. Now watch what happens when it starts with me. Verse 7, this is what you get back. When you send out an I thought, this is what you get back.
Bless you.
And you know what? You can't block an I thought. Not with your fingers.
Sucks.
You have to deal with it. And the psalmist is putting it all out there for us today, which gives us permission to know that we can feel emotionally confused and still get spiritually strong.
Bless you.
Watch what he says. It gets worse before it gets better. Will the Lord reject forever? Will he never show his favor again? Has his unfailing love vanished forever? Has his promise failed for all time? Has God forgotten to be merciful? Has he in anger withheld his compassion? I thought.
Bless you. Goodness gracious.
And what I heard the psalmist saying today, and I wonder if it's true of you, he says, I thought,
If you're coming
I
from
suffered,
TikTok, welcome back.
I thought. I thought it was through. I thought back over the best days of my life, and I thought they're behind me. I thought about the things that I would love to see God do for me that he's done for others, and I thought, well, I guess he just doesn't want to do it for me. I thought it was through. I thought that my experience of God had completely dried up. I thought he didn't love me anymore. The psalmist said that. I didn't. So if you've ever felt that, you're in the Bible. I thought that God had taken his hand off my life. I thought he had just given up on me because others did.
That's so cool.
I thought it was through. And you see in this passage what they call
Thanks, Brandon.
the 3 P's of negative thinking. I'm going to be talking to you over the next 6 weeks about I thought. I'm going to be talking to you about 3 ways of negative thinking that you may recognize in your life. They're all here in the psalm, and we'll come back to them a few times, but I just want to point them out to you. He says, will the Lord reject forever? Will he never show his favor again? Has his unfailing love vanished forever? I thought it was through. I thought it was gone. I didn't see his footprints in the sand.
Hi.
Y'all ever seen that little poster on the thing? Did you ever see butt prints in the sand? That's another one. You can look that up another time. He says, I felt rejected. I thought it was never going to come again. Now that's strong, saying never. That's strong when you think that he will never show you favor again. And he said, I thought his love had vanished. And they call these the 3 P's of negative thinking because they're traps. And it's when you take something that happens to you and you make it personal, rejection. It's when you make it permanent, never. And it's when it becomes pervasive, vanished, everywhere. It took everything away. It's completely ripping through your whole life. It's one thing to have a problem and you've got it in a corner, and this is the one thing that I'm dealing with in my life. But you know the enemy has you in an I thought. When it becomes personal, the Lord rejected me. There's something wrong with me. It's fine to be disappointed because somebody didn't want to be your friend.
It's still active. It gave me another restriction, though.
It is another thing to assume
I'm not live streaming on TikTok anymore. Honestly, I thought this was a great opportunity to live stream on TikTok after a month break to see if I'm still getting restrictions that are not correct. And I got one. I appealed it, but it was.
And now you've got yourself isolated because you
live streaming on TikTok.
And there may have been something that they were going through that was so dark that if you would have known that, you would have given
We had a
them
lot
a
of
hug and
people
said, "I'll send you a
in my
Christmas
live stream
card."
on TikTok, and
But
then it
now you've
dramatically
got it personal,
dropped once I got that restriction. I tried to
It's
reset
never
it,
coming
but it
back.
didn't work.
It's
So
always going to be this way. It will never change.
done live streaming
I'm
on TikTok.
never going to be able to
It's
go
okay.
a week without
Not your
doing
fault.
this. I am never going to find anybody who
Hi.
gets me. It's permanent. It's going to stay this way forever, and it's pervasive. It's when you can't celebrate the kid that's doing good because of the one that you're worried about. It's when you can't celebrate the health in your body because of the hell in your mind. It's because you're in an I thought. He said, I thought it was through. I thought the dream was through. I thought the vision was through. I thought the relation, I thought my joy, I thought my very joy in life was through. It's an I thought. And if you're there today, let's start there. I thought it was through. There are some things in your life that may very well be through. That's why you can't dwell on, I thought about the former days. That's why you can't watch Andy Griffith reruns and wish again for wholesome entertainment and curse this Love Island with this crap.
I was just watching that last night.
This is an I thought. But the Lord, y'all are laughing like y'all been watching it too.
Thanks, Brandon. Good morning.
I thought it was through. I thought the best days were behind me. I thought, and I want to show you something that's really helped me. It's something that he said in verse 2. And he said, when I was in distress. Everybody say distress.
Distress.
Distress is a normal
What a
part
beach.
of the Christian life, just like it's a normal part of the human experience. Distress in and of itself is not a problem when I was in distress. The promise that God makes is not to protect us from distress. The promise that God makes is not to keep all pressure from coming on our lives. The promise that God makes is not to make sure that he always takes us the long way around any problem. The problem is when the distress becomes despair. There's a difference. Distress is, this hurts, but I have hope. Despair is, this hurts, and I have no hope. Despair is dangerous. Despair is hurt minus hope. Despair is looking at the situation saying, never, vanished, rejection, personal, permanent, pervasive. I thought, the psalmist said, not that this is just a difficult season and I got to get through it, because we all have those. Not this is just a bad day, and if I can make it till 5 o'clock without cussing anybody out, I can keep bringing home a paycheck and not get kicked out of this house that I'm behind a month on anyway. It's not if I can get through this. It is this all there is? Despair is, it's never going to get better. That's where the devil wants you. It's never going to get better, and you'll always lose your temper. It's never going to get better, and you will always be a failure. It's never going to get better, and you are always going to be too loud, and you are always going to be too quiet, and you are always going to be too short. Did you ever think maybe God made you short so you could fit through little doors? Okay. Now, if this is where the psalmist starts, we have got to do something today to get you out of this. If despair is dangerous and distress isn't dangerous, you can go through a lot of things. You've been through a lot of things. You've put up with a lot of things. Tell your neighbor, I'm tougher than I look.
I'm tougher than I look.
Tell them again, I'm tougher than I look.
Tougher than I look.
Don't let my pretty smile fool you. I'm tougher than I look.
Tougher than I look.
I'm tougher than I look. I took a licking and kept on ticking.
You hungry?
I'm tougher than I look.
Yeah, what do you want?
I'm like a weevil. I wobble, but I didn't go down. I'm tougher than I look.
No. Do you want?
I've had some challenges to my faith. I've had some questions about God. I'm still here praising. In fact, that's my 2-word testimony when I can't think of anything else to praise Him for. Still here. Somebody shout, still here.
You like Lucky Charms?
In a funk, still here. Down in it, still here. Wondering about it, still here. Pieces
Can we
and...
go see what we have? Go look in the corner and I'll make you some.
So what you've got to do, child of God, is never allow distress, which is temporary, to become despair, which says forever. And the devil specializes in turning distress into despair, to get you so clouded by one conflict that you have forgotten your calling.
I'm so
Who
guilty
am I
of this,
preaching
especially
to
lately.
today? God sent this word to disrupt your despair. Hear me. God sent this word to disrupt your despair. Every I thought that has been telling you you will not make it. Every I thought that has been telling you you are not worthy of God's love. The cross made you worthy. What does it have to do with your behavior? What did it ever have to do with your behavior? It's about His blood.
All right, guys, I'm going to get off here. It was just a trial.
In the name of Jesus, I call you healed.
If you want to see the rest of this, go to Elevation Church on YouTube. They're live right now. It's a great service. And you'll probably see me live more on here, and my YouTube way more active than TikTok. Much love, guys.
Into your business.